Hello, good evening. You're watching Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali. Let's take a look at the top stories making headlines in Canada today.
Door-to-door mail delivery will end for virtually all Canadian households within the next decade, Public Works and Procurement Minister Joe Lightbound said Thursday as he ordered sweeping changes in an effort to make the Crown Corporation financially viable. Those changes also will include slowing down the frequency of mail delivery and shuttering some post offices. Lightbound said the changes are meant to shore up Canada Post finances, adding that the corporation needs to show a path to financial viability. The minister said the federal government will accept all the recommendations in the Industrial Inquiry Commission's report on Canada Post, which also called for the introduction for more community mailboxes. The change to mail delivery is expected to increase the time it takes to Canada Post to deliver letter mail from an average of 3 to 4 days to an average of 3 to 7 days. 4 million Canadians will also see their service switch from door-to-door delivery to the community mailbox model, and some post offices will be closed for good. Lightbound said more than 3 in 4 households don't have door-to-door delivery now, but there has been a moratorium in place on expanding the use of community mailboxes. That moratorium is ending, he said. Ottawa predicts it will take up to 9 years to introduce community mailboxes for all 4 million households, but most of them will switch within 3 to 4 years. Canada Post has 45 days to come back to the federal government with a plan to implement the changes. The federal government cited the shrinking volume of letter mail and Canada Post's small share of the parcel market as reasons for the pivot. It says Canada Post needs to change to achieve financial sustainability and maintain reliable service. Lightbound said Canada Post loses $10 million every day and has needed regular federal bailouts to keep its operations afloat. He said that while Ottawa will not stop helping Canada Post through its financial difficulties, the Crown Corporation needs to cut costs to keep the lights on. The Commission also recommended changes to Canada Post's collective agreement to allow the Crown Corporation to hire part-time employees for weekends to help with the weekday load. In a media statement released Wednesday, the Canadian Union of Postal Workers said they were not informed the announcement was coming and did not know the details. Pressure is mounting on Canada Post and the union, representing 55,000 postal workers, to reach a new agreement before the critical holiday season. A woman has died following in a collision between a transport truck and the SUV in Burlington on Thursday morning. It happened at the intersection of Britannia Road and Guelph Line shortly after 10 a.m. Police said a black Lexus SUV was traveling west when it collided with a southbound red Kenworth gravel truck at the intersection. A woman who was a passenger of the SUV was transported to an out-of-region hospital with critical injuries. Police said in a subsequent update that she had been pronounced dead. The driver of the SUV was also taken to the hospital with the minor injuries. Police said the driver of the truck was not physically injured. The cause of the collision is under investigation. Wisconsin police are investigating after a Canadian man was shot and killed at around midnight Thursday. The victim was Ontario-born Giovanni Michael Robinson, who went by Mike, family told Awaz News. He was in Sheboygan Falls near the west coast of Lake Michigan for a golf trip. He was 32. Local police responded to a 911 call about an individual suffering from a gunshot wound. When officers arrived at a stretch of Monroe Street, a mostly commercial stretch in the center of the city, they found Robinson. Despite life-saving measures, the man was pronounced dead at the scene. Police said they believe he was shot by someone driving a small dark-colored SUV. Awaz News reached out to Sheboygan Falls police, who would not confirm specifics of the investigation. No suspects have been apprehended. Robinson was born in Stouffville, Ontario, north of Toronto, but was mostly recently living in Pennsylvania. He worked with an indoor golfing company and often traveled around the USA to play. Hours before he was shot, he called his brother Jacob Robinson from the golf course to share some exciting news. He got his first hole-in-one on hole 13, said Jacob in a video interview from Toronto Pearson International Airport. Family members are meeting in Sheboygan Falls to retrieve Mike's remains. Mike became a father to a baby girl in August. Jacob says he was excited to meet her. Mike was expected to visit in early October for their sister's wedding. The wedding has been postponed. Awaz News asked Jacob what he will tell Mike's daughter about who her father was. He was going to make sure that you were always going to be taken care of, he said. He was already starting to save up for your tuition. Sheboygan Falls has a population of just over 8,000. Locals who spoke with local media outlet WTMJ called the shooting unbelievable. Awaz News has also requested details from Global Affairs Canada, which provides emergency consular services. It said it was aware of the death of the Canadian in Wisconsin, but said it could not confirm any additional details due to privacy concerns. We extend our deepest condolences to the family and loved ones, wrote to the department in an emailed response. The RCMP has charged 7 suspects from the Greater Toronto Area in connection with what it describes as one of the largest known drug trafficking operations conducted on the dark web in Canadian history. In a news release issued Thursday, the RCMP said it was contacted by authorities in Germany following a takedown of a dark web marketplace with the links to several Canadian-based users. They said the investigation was first referred to the RCMP Cybercrime Unit in Vancouver before it was handed over to the Serious and Organized Crime Unit in Milton, Ontario, due to the nature and scope of the suspected criminal activity. The RCMP says investigators worked with the Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Centres of Canada, FinTrack, as well as the Joint Cybercrime Action Task Force, JCAT, Europol, and Canada Post Security to analyze the data from the dark web takedown in Germany. The lead investigators to the group the RCMP identified as Roadrunner, a sophisticated criminal enterprise which was allegedly responsible for shipping roughly 400 packages weekly across the country. Following the execution of the several search warrants, police said they seized 75 kilograms of various narcotics, including cocaine, MDMA, meth, heroin, and ketamine. Some 10,000 tablets of prescription and non-prescription pills were also seized, and packaging of the goods were found to be branded in Roadrunner packaging. All 7 suspects charged in connection with the bust are all from the Greater Toronto Area. They include Raphael McDales, 40, of Toronto, Kevin Law, 30, of Brampton, Richard Tatt, 31, of Brampton, Calvin Butt, 32, of Toronto, Daniel Matty, 31, of Brampton, Matthew Wong, 46, of Toronto, and Tommy Tao, 30, of Mississauga. The suspects were charged with various drug trafficking-related offenses. None of the charges have been tested in court. The RCMP describes the dark web as a hidden and encrypted part of the internet that is not accessible by regular search engines. It requires special software in order to access, and it is often used to facilitate criminal activity such as the sale of illegal drugs, weapons, and other illicit goods and services. Criminals use the dark web in an attempt to conceal their identity and evade law enforcement, the RCMP said. Ontario Provincial Police are looking for a vintage bicycle they say was stolen from a home east of Toronto earlier this month. In a post on social media, the Northumberland detachment of the OPP said officers received a report of a theft of a number of items from a residence in the township of Hamilton, which is east of Durham region. One of the items stolen, police said, was a vintage penny farthing bicycle valued at $3,000. Investigators released an image of the bike and noted its distinctive large front wheel and smaller rear wheel. The OPP is releasing an image of the bicycle and are looking for the information regarding the incident and the whereabouts of the item, they said. A description of the suspect or suspects was not released. Police are asking anyone with the information about the incident to contact them at 905-372-5421. FIFA announced Thursday that Maple, a red-clad moose, will be Canada's official mascot for the 2026 World Cup. Zayu, the jaguar, and the Clutch, the bald eagle, will serve as mascots for fellow co-host Mexico and the United States, respectively. The expanded 48-team 104-match tournament runs June 11 to July 19 in 16 host cities, including Toronto and Vancouver. The three mascots have been thoughtfully developed to reflect the vibrant culture, heritage, and spirit of their respective countries, coming together to symbolize unity, diversity, and the shared passion for the beautiful game, FIFA said in a statement. It appears Maple is a fun-loving, well-traveled moose. The mascots will also be multitasking, featured in a FIFA-licensed video game titled FIFA Heroes, which launches next year. The game is described as an arcade-style, fast-paced, five-a-side football title with fantasy flair. The mascots come with the florid backstory. Zayu and jaguar from the jungles of southern Mexico is said to embody Mexico's rich heritage and vibrant spirit. Clutch the bald eagle, meanwhile, possesses an unquenchable thirst for adventure, soaring across the United States and embracing every culture, game, and moment with boundless curiosity and optimism. Clutch, like all great midfielders, unites people wherever they go, proving that true fight is about purpose, passion, and play. The situation on Marineland, the tourist attraction where 20 whales have died since 2019, is terrible, Ontario Premier Doug Ford said Thursday. There are 30 belugas left in Marineland, according to a database maintained by the Canadian press, based on government records and officials. They are the last remaining whales in the captivity in Canada, which banned the keeping of cetaceans in 2019. He said, his heart breaks for the poor whales held in captivity. It's just terrible over there. There are also 4 dolphins remaining at the Niagara Falls, Ontario Park, along with the several seals and sea lions and its contingent of bears and deer. Marineland recently requested export permits from the federal government to move all of its belugas out of the country. Fisheries and Oceans Canada said. Fisheries Minister Joanne Thompson's office said the government has yet to make a decision on a Marineland's request. Ford said he believes Marineland is running out of money because it costs $1 million to feed the whales every month. Marineland did not immediately respond Thursday to a request of comment. The CBC has reported that Kaim Long, a massive zoo and aquarium company in China, is interested in belugas but has not yet decided whether to buy them. The law that banned whale captivity grandfathered in Marineland, but the park had to comply with another part of the law that forbade breeding. It also banned the importation and exportation of whales, though there are exceptions for scientific research or if it is in the best interest of the animal, with discretion left up to the minister. Fisheries and Oceans Canada said it is also aware of the proposed whale sanctuary project in Nova Scotia, but noted it is not operational. That $20 million project has been delayed for years. Documents obtained by the Canadian press earlier this year through Freedom of Information laws state the US-based group won't be granted a crown lease for 81 hectares of the land and water near Wine Harbour NS unless the landowners grant unanimous consent. Marineland has been up for sale for nearly 2 years, though it has yet to announce a deal. The park has not been open to the public since September 2024. Ontario is responsible for enforcing animal welfare laws and has conducted a sprawling ongoing investigation into Marineland since 2020. Inspectors have visited the park more than 200 times and issued 33 orders for compliance. The province still has 4 long-term outstanding orders against Marineland. Those are focused on the water quality, the maintenance and repair of the water system, proper record keeping for whales and dolphins, and the condition of enclosures and enrichment level for dolphins, seals, and sea lions, the Ministry for the Solicitor General has said.
Thank you for watching Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali. See you tomorrow, same time on same channel. Have a good night.